welcome. It is Saturday, September 24th, 2022, and we are here in East Palo Alto, California at the East Palo Alto Open Music Festival, brought to you by Harvest Properties. You might be asking what's going on today. So today we have culture, we have food, we have entertainment, dance, and music. That's what's going on. And all these booths here are community organizations, nonprofit programs, food vendors, and people out there who are just trying to start a business.
My name is Elvin McKnight. I am a middle school math teacher, but I'm actually here today with Pan-African City Alive and Keisha over here. Keisha used to have a store over in Sunnyvale. My dad used to come by her store every week, start a drum circle, and these are actually instruments my dad made. So he built a friendship with Keisha and Pan-African City, and now my dad passed away, sadly, last year. But Keisha's helping us out to try to find some good homes for these drums now.
Hi, my name is Lupe. I'm here with Jessica. Go ahead and let us know what you're all about. What are you selling here today?
Well, today we have a hair and body butter. So one jar is good for your hair and body. So right here, we have a sweet mango. It kind of has a peppermint smell. And this is our cocoa butter delight. It smells just like the old school cocoa butter, just how you remember it.
I'm Mo, Unique Styles by Monique, born and raised in East Palo Alto, and I'm here selling these custom face shields.
So these are custom face shields. Where did you get the idea?
I got the idea because I actually bought one and I would wear it to work all the time, and everybody would ask me, where'd you get that from? So then I decided to sell them. So I just kind of revamped them and bling them out. Ladies love the bling. They're pretty, you're pretty much able to use them for whatever you like, but fashion is key.
And my name is Khan, and we are from the Bay Area Global Outreach Lions Club. Lions International is the largest humanitarian organization in the world, but I'll also say probably the worst advertised. But basically what we do is we're an outreach and servitude organization. So we do anything from going into schools, checking sight on kids, to feeding homeless, to building tiny homes, to going into schools, even overseas with dentists, pulling teeth in the underserved schools, doing teeth cleaning, fluoride treatment, medical checkups, and a whole bunch of other wonderful things.
You're looking at Simplicity & Company. We have some clothing, some sweatsuits, some t-shirts and shorts. We also have Kimberlin candles, some candles, and wax melts.
Okay, and what's your mission statement?
It's to enjoy the simple things in life. Simplicity is our ultimate sophistication, so we like to keep it that way.
Let us know where you're from.
I'm actually from Brooklyn, Brownsville, New York. I moved to East Palo Alto for the last 10 years, and I've been loving it so far.
All right, and do you have a motivational message for any entrepreneurs out there who are looking to start their own brand? Let them know what it's like. Let them know any words of encouragement.
Staying consistent, staying motivated, staying in front of the business, and making sure you have a mission.
We got candy from that shop right there, and then we got badges, and then we took pictures. And her little brother is playing with the robotics team cars. Yeah.
All right, and then this is the first open music festival of East Palo Alto. Would you think it would be a good idea to throw another one like this?
Yeah, I think it's a really good way for the community to come together and enjoy each other's company.
And what would you like to see different?
Maybe in the winter time, it's a little hot.
I didn't expect to see great, amazing, beautiful artwork here, and I also didn't expect to see so many people coming out here just to be here for the community. That's something that I kind of appreciate.
all about being free and liking each other.
All right. Now, what kind of bike trips do you guys go on? Like scenic ones around the community? What do you guys do?
We just mob around, to be honest. We just try and get clips with each other. We get lost, yep.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Latrice Smith. I'm from Menlo Park.
All right, and what are we doing here today?
Today we're selling new diamond lashes by Tracy Marie. We have all 100% mink lashes, including all accessories. And we also have accessories for our sunglasses, unisex, gemstone bracelets, and earrings.
And then what gave birth to the idea?
I love to give back. I want everybody to look very beautiful. The meaning of the name is New. New is the nickname that my father gave me. Diamond. I want everybody to shine bright. And lashes is I love lashes.
So got life insurance. I found that after being a police officer for 15 years, that so many people, things happen suddenly, and a lot of people don't have life insurance, or they may have life insurance and don't know what they really have, what they're really paying for. But I just got tired of seeing a lot of GoFundMes. I got tired of seeing people posting fish fries and car washes to try and raise money to bury a loved one, or even just leave money for their generations. People have children and families, and they don't have the financial means to take care of them once someone passes on. So my goal was to always do something that's going to be beneficial for my community. So I'm out here today. I'm always trying to be at an event to just talk and educate people. Education is free. Once you educate people, education sells itself, So my goal is to just educate people about what life insurance is really about, and what works for them, and how to just properly insure them and their families.
My name is Mario Mendoza, and I am the athletic director at CCRMS Middle School and also the owner of Camp Doza here in East Palo Alto. Today, I brought out a petting zoo and my miniature horses for the community. This is Monarca. She's 4 years old. She's actually was born here in EPA. Yeah, I just brought the animals out for the community to see today.
I have several young people come through this morning and said they want to get to this level. I explained to them, you must continue to push through. They said they were afraid of paint, and I said that's the message right there. You must get involved. It's going to be painful, but you got to get through that and wait and be still and wait till the process unfolds itself. Just stay busy, don't quit, and you will reach that goal.
So it's really brand new to me. This is my first pop-up ever. We've been having everything very virtual for the last couple of years. So I've just been learning as I go. But the thing that I've learned the most is that your community is really there to support you. So I've had so much of my friends and family and even strangers come up and just give a lot of encouragement and advice. And that has helped us learn a lot. And I think one really cool thing that I learned as well, and one struggle to it as well, is since I'm the owner here, I'm not as afraid to make mistakes, and that's been really cool because if I make one, I can learn from it quickly. It's a bit of a struggle because I don't really know what I'm doing, but it's cool because you can bounce back really quickly, and it's on you to be able to grow from that.
Hand make a friend because, hey, we've been locked up with all this other stuff for too long. It's nice to get out and see faces and not have to wear a mask, and hopefully everybody vaccinated and boosted. So that's what I love about it.
Do you have words of encouragement or an uplifting message for the community of East Palo Alto?
Well, for the community of East Palo Alto, I would like to see y'all get y'all stuff together, no violence, and just come together and build it up. Because, hey, we started it. You guys got to finish it. That's for y'all youngsters. Because I'm an OG. So.
I'm Blair Volkman, and I'm with Harvest Properties. And we bought this site about 4.5 years ago. And so our whole goal is to develop this site at some point But what we've been doing for the last 4 years is sitting down with the community, sitting down with the city, sitting down with individuals, organizations, and talking to them about kind of what we want this to become and how we can create an impactful enough community benefit package to justify the development that could be here. You know, a lot of the conversation is, hey, how do we get ahead of this? And how do we start showing the community what could be here and what could happen? And so that's the whole point is this is our first year to kind of learn, and we've learned a lot, and I think it's been a great outcome so far. But going forward, it's building on this, and you can only imagine, you know, you can't even see the waterfront at this point, but you can imagine when this is all opened up and we're out looking at the bay, what this could really become.
And last question. So now, going back to the learning curve, well, what are the changes that you will automatically want to do next year?
We've never thrown a festival before, so the learning curve was incredibly steep. So, I mean, it's just things, you know, it's insurance, it's contracts, it's getting sign off from the building and the fire department. It's all of that stuff that I think we'll get better about. But I also don't think that everybody really was bought into what this could be. I mean, nobody really knew, including ourselves. And now that I think people have seen it, I think there will be even more small businesses, even more vendors, even more attendants, more artists that we can learn from and attract. You know, development can be a win-win. I think part of the reason that I started the company that I did was to do something different than developers of the past. And I try to say, it's a youthful twist on development. But I think in this day and age, it doesn't need to be a zero-sum game. It can be a win-win. And while there are definitely repercussions that come from development, there can also be a lot of benefits that come from it if you do it right, if you're thoughtful, and if you partner with the community. And I think this can be replicated elsewhere. And I think this could be, you know, an amazing example of the right type of development, not only for this region, but nationally and internationally.
Did you know that dry cleaning was invented in 1821 by a black man named Thomas Jennings? Thomas Jennings owned a dry cleaning business in New York City and was the first black man in the United States to be granted a patent. Thomas L. Jennings was an African-American tradesman and abolitionist in New York. He operated and owned a tailoring business. In 1821, he was one of the first African Americans to be granted a patent for his method of dry cleaning. Dr. Joseph Jackson holds 6 US patents for telecommunications and fertility prediction inventions. Jackson's first patent was for his contribution to a V-chip device that allowed users to block selected content on cable television. This type of technology is commonly used for parental controls. He also holds patent for the TV remote control devices. Granville T. Woods developed the railroad telegraph, a device that transmitted messages through static electricity between moving trains, telephone transmitter, railway system, subway system, roller coaster, and many more. Lonnie Johnson, the man who created the Super Soaker water gun, was awarded $73 million in unpaid royalties from giant toy maker Hasbro. Johnson, who founded the Atlanta-based company behind the Super Soaker, filed a lawsuit against Hasbro for underpaid royalties in the sales of the widely popular water gun, according to the AJC.com. Garrett Morgan invented a safety hood you put over your head to avoid inhaling smoke at standing height. Jesse Eugene Russell, inventor of the digital cell phone. Paul L. Downing, little known Black history fact. This man is named Paul L. Downing. He invented what every household uses today, the mailbox. Downing patented patented his mailbox on October 27, 1891, and called his invention a street letterbox. 1 year prior to inventing the mailbox, Downing patented an electrical switch that allowed railroad workers to turn on or off the power supply to trains at the necessary times. Downing's design for the railroad switch were used as inspiration for inventors who created residential electrical switches. The street letter drop mailbox with a hinged door that closed to protect the mail was invented by Philip B. Downing. Downing, an African-American inventor, patented his new device on October 27, 1891. Marie Van Britten Brown was an American inventor. She was the inventor of the home security system in 1966, along with her husband, Albert Brown. In the same year, they jointly applied for a patent, which was granted in 1969. The invention was basically the first closed-circuit television security system and is predecessor to the modern home systems today. It led to the foundation for video monitoring, remote-controlled door locks, push-button alarm triggers, instant messaging to security providers and police, as well as two-way voice communication. The fame of Brown's device also led to the more prevalent CCTV surveillance in public areas, according to a 2016 New Scientist report. 100 million concealed closed-circuit cameras are now in operation worldwide. Edmund Berger. In 1813, inventor Edmund Berger invented the spark plug. Although the internal combustion engine, in which the current version of the spark plug is used, was only in the developmental stages in the mid-1800s. Mr. Berger is still given the credit for the invention even without obtaining a patent. Henry Thomas Sampson Jr. was an American inventor known for creating the gamma electric cell, a device with the main goal of generating auxiliary power from the shielding of a nuclear reactor. Henry T. Sampson is the first African American to earn a PhD in nuclear engineering in the United States. He is best known for inventing the gamma electric cell in 1971. Anna Mangin was an American inventor and women's rights campaigner. She invented a kitchen tool she called a pastry fork in 1891. This was different from the eating utensil, also known as a pastry fork. George Crumb. George Speck, also known as George Crumb, born in 1824, was an American chef. He became noted for his culinary skills after being hired at Moon's Lake House on Saratoga Lake near Saratoga Springs, New York. In 1853, he created the potato chip. Sarah Boone was an American inventor who, on April 26, 1892, obtained United States patents for her improvements to the ironing board. Boone's ironing board was designed to improve the quality of ironing sleeves and the bodies of women's garments. The board was very narrow, curved, and made of wood. The shape and structure allowed it to fit a sleeve, and it was reversible, so one could iron both sides of the sleeve. Boone was one of the 4 African American women inventors of her time who developed new technology for the home. Frederick McKinley Jones was an American inventor and winner of the National Medal of Technology and an inductee of the National Inventors Hall of Fame. His innovations in refrigeration brought great improvement to the long-haul transportation of perishable goods. He co-founded Thermo King, which became a $3 million business by 1949. portable cooling units designed by Jones were especially imported during World War II, preserving blood, medicine and food for use at army hospitals and on open battlefields. Alfred Crawley was a businessman and inventor of the ice cream mold and disher. Crawley was becoming interested in mechanics. He settled in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where he first served as a porter in a drugstore and at a hotel. Alfred noticed that servers at the hotel had trouble with ice cream sticking to serving spoons, and he developed an ice cream scoop. June 10, 1896, Alfred applied and won a patent on his invention. The patented ice cream mold and disher was an ice cream scoop with a built-in scraper to allow for one-handed operation. Alfred's functional design is reflected in modern ice cream scoops. Patricia Barth was an American ophthalmologist, inventor, humanitarian, and academic. She was an early pioneer of laser cataract surgery. She also became first woman member of the George Stein Eye Institute, first woman to lead a postgraduate training program in ophthalmology, and first woman elected to the honorary staff of the UCLA Medical Center. Barth was the first African American person to serve as a resident in ophthalmology at New York University. She was also the first African American woman to serve on a staff as a surgeon to the UCLA Medical Center. Barth was the first African American woman doctor to receive a patent for a medical purpose. The holder of 5 patents, she also founded the non-profit American Institute for the Prevention of Blindness in Washington, D.C. Madam C.J. Walker, born Sarah Breedlove. She is recorded as the first female self-made millionaire in America. Walker made her fortune by developing and marketing a line of cosmetic and hair care products for black women through the business she founded, Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company. She made financial donations to numerous organizations and became a patron of the arts. At the time of her death, she was considered the wealthiest African American businesswoman and the wealthiest self-made black woman in America. George Washington Carver was an American inventor who promoted methods to prevent soil depletion. Carver wanted poor farmers to grow other crops such as peanuts and sweet potatoes as a sort of their own food and to improve their quality of life. Although he spent years developing and promoting numerous products made from peanuts, none became commercially successful. Carver was also a leader in promoting environmentalism. His fame reached beyond the black community. He was widely recognized and praised in the white community for his many achievements and talents. In 1941, Time magazine dubbed Carver a black Leonardo. Benjamin Banneker was a genius and the United States' first great black inventor. He helped draw up plans for the building of Washington, D.C. and has also been credited for making the first clock to be built completely in America. He borrowed a pocket watch from a neighbor. He took it apart and studied its workings. He made a drawing of each component, then reassembled the watch and returned it fully functioning to its owner. From his drawings, Banneker then proceeded to carve out of wood enlarged replicas of each part, calculating the proper number of teeth for each gear and the necessary relationships between the gears. He completed construction of a working wooden clock in 1753 that kept accurate time and struck the hours. Not to me. 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 Not to me.
Left to the right, top to the floor. When I say Black history, say it's yours. Black history, it's yours. Black history, yes, it's yours. And we say it loud and proud again. There's no America without the African. Fighting to get it equal. Black history, the story of the people. Black history, it's yours. Black history, yes, it's yours. It's yours. Only 28 days in the month of February. It's just a kickoff, we don't stop till every textbook and every class give up the glory. The true and living facts of his and her story. People want to know why we still celebrate it. Road been rocky and we made it, we elated. Our survivors, strivers, fighters, singers, get us dropping names like we have butterfingers. Rosa, King, X-Truth, the greatness. Ali, Fred Douglass, these are the basics. But how about Bessie Coleman, the fly aviatrix? Or Katherine Johnson, who helped launch the spaceships? Or Lewis Latimer illuminating homes? Or Dr. Shirley Jackson improving telephones? Or Fred McKinley Jones keeping ice cream cold? I could go on and on till my body get old. Left to the right, top to the floor. When I say Black history, say it's yours. Black history, it's yours. Black history, yes, it's yours. Fought the revolution in both world wars. Black history, it's yours. Black history, yes, it's yours. Black history, yes, it's yours. Gotta say it loud and proud again. There's no America without the African. Fighting to get it equal. Black history, the story of the people. We gave you traffic lights to stop the crash. Almanacs, gas furnace, and gas mask. Gave you hip-hop, Tila rock, blues and jazz, and fresh new dances with flair and pizzazz. Automatic gear shifts to move the cars. Potato chips and peanut butter in jars. Laundry dryers, home security systems, super soakers and suspenders. I could go on listing. Many contributions across institutions. Supreme Court and Ball Court, it's been an evolution. And we sing it every day. Blue notes like Harold Melvin for this Billie Holiday. We know what's going on. Thanks to Marvin Gaye. Get a bounce in our step on cue like Kid and Play. Gwendolyn and Kendrick, our poets represent. Hold mics tight like truths that's self-evident. Yeah, we know our heroes fantastic, but gotta remember the forgotten on the Atlantic. We gotta honor our departed, taken from the land where humanity started. Left to the right, top to the floor. When I say Black history, say it's yours. Black history, it's yours. Black history, yes, it's yours.
This Black History Month, KPIX5 is highlighting Bay Area leaders making a difference. Our Jocelyn Moran tells us how one nonprofit in East Palo Alto is giving young people of color the tools to become the leaders of tomorrow.
East Palo Alto, also known as EPA, a city full of culture, history, and young people with ambitious goals. Only Highway 101 physically divides East Palo Alto from wealthy, affluent Palo Alto. Yet in some neighborhoods of EPA, you could be just blocks away from a tech company, and
you may not have the access to technology or the resources to be successful. Nonprofit Street Code aims to change that.
We offer free technology training to communities of color. And so that means we offer classes in coding and entrepreneurship and design.
Street Code just marked 5 years as an organization, providing classes for free to students as young as 4 years old. Olatunde Shabomahin is among those who started it. When he moved to the Bay Area as a student at Stanford in the late 90s, he soon started to see that while tech was emerging, some communities were being left behind.
But when you talk about divides, it's an easy representation about divide in technology. We're in Silicon Valley. There is an abundance of resource, not just financially, but in technologically and educational. And East Palo Alto still embedded in the heart of that still doesn't have access to those technologies.
Now they're trying to be the bridge between opportunity and communities of color.
The majority of our students are African American, Latinx, Polynesian, but we serve everyone and everyone is welcome.
Providing students with the mindset, the skills, and the access to succeed.
It's helped me a lot discovering my passion and what I want to do.
Tatiola Shabomahin has been taking classes for about the last 5 years, but it's not just about the classes. It's also about community.
Having people to look up to that look like me and talk like me and live in the same place as me is really, is really powerful because not everybody has access to that.
We've got exposureships and internships at different companies and with different people.
The goal is for every field, particularly tech, as it just cuts across every aspect of our life, to have voices that are represented at the table making them.
When COVID hit, Street Code turned their classes virtual. Since then, they've provided more than 1,000 laptops for families in the Bay Area. The classes still are virtual, but that's also allowed them to reach more students.
There's so many other communities that are very much like East Palo Alto that we want to reach. Like you mentioned, Richmond, Oakland, Stockton.
Tunde says when they started, there were 20 students in 2 classrooms. Last year alone, they were serving 3,000, providing classes in hack, hustle, and design to help equip young people with the tools to become successful and the leaders of tomorrow.
Let's help get you to your dream role, your dream job, whatever that is, that's going to help you stay here.
In East Palo Alto, Jocelyn Moran, KPIX 5.
They are doing great things. 5:16 is the time now. Let's get a check with weather and traffic.
We're going to start with First Alert meteorologist Mary Lee with that forecast for today.
All right. I just want to say I love the work that they are doing. That is just incredible. I think there is such a disparity and just lack of diversity when it comes to the tech world. So that is amazing. All right.
It was a rough game on Sunday against the Chiefs. They just didn't have it. But at least the fans were still loyal, and sometimes that loyalty is passed on generation to generation.
Yeah, it is definitely, Gia. I'm excited for this story here. We want to introduce you to a teacher in East Palo Alto, and he's teaching his students, how to take a loss, and for him, the 49ers are more than a team.
Ain't nothing finer than a 49er! This is definitely 100% my joy, greatest job you could ever have. Even on bad days, come to work and you see some of these kids and they make you forget about everything.
Stephen Ashford is a PE teacher at East Palo Alto Charter School. He's been faithful to the 49ers for as long as he can remember. His love for the team and his students shines as he walks the hallways.
Down, up, down, up. When we do a good job, what do we say? And...
He's been teaching here for 23 years. They call him Mr. Steve.
Bada bing. Bada bing. All right, we're going to play a quick game. You guys remember the shark game? Yeah! Na-na. Na-na.
And their appreciation for Mr. Steve shows too.
I miss you. I miss you too.
I miss you.
Oh, I miss you too. All right, buddy. Have a good day. I'm all about leaving memories, and I want these kids to, if they leave this school, to remember, oh man, we used to have fun with Mr. Steve.
He's even taken some of his students to games.
I really loved it. We had these seats. It was in a box and they had free food.
We had a lot of injuries.
Yeah. Mr. Steve and his student Spencer will unpack games the day after, but will look ahead to the next matchup. Mr. Steve was once recognized as Teacher of the Month by the 49ers. For him, it's not just about the team or how good the players are.
I've talked to our kids about a lot of the players and what they have to go through to make it. So it's all about not giving up, and working hard.
He tries to incorporate real-life experiences to what he teaches his students.
Everybody's allowed to have a bad day. We have kids that have bad days. We got to corral them in and say, hey, we'll do better tomorrow. So it's kind of like that football mentality, that coaching mentality, just showing love.
And his impact is being felt.
Some teachers, they'll put you down, or sometimes, and after Mr. Steve, if you do something bad, he'll put you up after you learn from it.
I love that story there. And you saw the appreciation from students there. It was also kind of crazy.
Hi, my name is Sean Thompson, but most of you may know me by Sean T. Growing up in San Mateo County, I started my musical career as an artist and producer from the garden section of East Palo Alto. I know we're going through some very trying times right now during this shelter-at-home process. If you need help or would like to help others during this critical time, please call 211 or visit smcstrong.org. And remember, together we will all get through this.